Hello guys, welcome back to the new video. So in this video, we're gonna make this web hosting company website using the WordPress and the Elementor. So let me show the demonstration of the project which we're gonna make in this video from start. As you can see that we have this website here, Solid Cloud, and we are gonna make this website from start to finish. So let's me refresh this website and I will show you what we're gonna build in this project. Okay, so after refreshing you will see that we have this animation here coming like this, and if you see here we have the sequence animation like this. Here we have a choose a plan button, here we have get more power, and this type of things we have, which is updating like this. Okay, so you can update this type of things in your website. Also we have this image here, and also we have this expert hosting help like this. Okay, and here you can see that we have this header, and you can see that when I scroll below, then this header will stick at the top like this. So only this section is sticky and the rest sections are not sticky at the top like this. So you can see that when I scroll below, only this part of the header is sticky at the top, and we have this type of header. Here we are showing a bar at the top where we have the about contact sitemap. Here we have 50 GB plan with free matching domain. So you can update it according to your announcement bar. Here we have the Solid Cloud logo, and here we have this phone number, we have the register and sign in button. Okay, and here we have this type of links here, and here we have the register in new domain, and you can see that we have this hover effect on these menus. So let me refresh this website again, and after refreshing we will get back to the next sections. So after refreshing you can see that we have this type of sequence animation, and when I scroll below, then this part of the header is always sticky. Okay, so let's move to the next section. Here you can see that we have this type of section where we are showcasing all our WordPress hosting. Why do need register a domain? So here we are showing all the names of the domain which are available. So if anyone is interested in buying, he can click on this register domain and go there. Okay, so here we have this type of effect. Here we have the grids, and here we have the shadow effect on these grids. Okay, like this. And here you can see that we have the sequence animation. So right now we are using some fast animations like this. Okay, so let's move to the next section. Here you can see that we have this shared hosting and this type of layout. Here we are showcasing these things. So if you want to make a web hosting website, and this website is for you, then we have the shared hosting. Here we have this type of section, find the perfect help of offerings for a business. Here we are adding the WordPress hosting, what type of hosting we are sharing, WordPress hosting, VPS hosting, and website builder, web security. And here we have all these plans and all. So right now I have this type of layout, and but you can update all of this information according to your preferred website. Okay, so you can see that here also we have this shadow effect, and we have this logos and all. Okay, and this section also have some cool animation effect. If I refresh, you can see that we have this cool effect animations here. So let me refresh this, so you can see that here. Okay, so let's move to the next section. Here you can see that we have one more CT section where we have this full width, and here you can see that we have these images, and we have the help center. How can we help? So here you can add your phone number. Here we can link a page to this where we have the form and all. Okay, so let's move below, and here you can see that we have the reviews and rating section. So you can showcase all of the reviews of your website here. Right now you can see that I have this type of reviews. Okay, so but you can add here all the real reviews. So right now I have this type of reviews only, and here you can see that all these things are fully stackable. Like if I refresh this once, and you can see that all of these are fully have the animations here. Okay, so let's move to the next section, and here also you can see that we have this shadow effect in this. Okay, so I will show you how you can build this, and the height of these are not same, but they are stackable at the top, and then they are looking nice like this. Okay, and here you can see that we have the FAQ section, and in the FAQ section also we have this cool animation. So let me show you the animations. Here you can see that we have this type of animation. They are coming from the left and right, and right now here I have all the same questions and answer, but you can update the real data here. Okay, so here we can add an FAQ section in our website. So the FAQ section is very much important if you want to make a web hosting website. Okay, so let's move to the next section. Here you can see that we have a simple layout here. Here you have the contact us button. If anyone want to have a talk with you. You can add your phone number and all. Here you can link a page. Okay, then at last you can see that we have this footer where you can showcase all of the important links in your website. So here they can sign in my account, domains, and all of this information about us, contacts. Okay, then at last you can see that we have the terms and condition, privacy policy, refund, trademarks, and here we have the social icons. Okay, so we're gonna build this whole website from start to end. Here we have the scroll to top button. If I click on this button, it will take me to the top of the website like this. Okay, and this part of the header is always sticky. And when I click on find a domain, it will go to the this section. Then same for the about us, services, testimonial, FAQ, and contact. Okay, so right now we have not linked any contact page, but you can make a contact page separate. So let's go to the inspect part, and I will show you the phone responsive. So let's go to this, and here you can see that we have this section. So you can see that this website is totally responsive for all the screens. So you can change its layout like this, and it will adapt the layout according to the screen sizes like this. So let me refresh this here, and let me show you that this has the cool animation also working in the mobile. So you can see that we have all these sections here, and these sections are fully responsive for the smaller screens like this. You can see that all of these are coming in a beautiful animations. Okay, and you can see that all the text have the same font size and font things, font weight and all. Okay, so this here we have all the consistency also, and here we have the how can we help centered. So let's go below. Here we have the review section. So these reviews are coming like this. Okay, and you can see that here we have the FAQ section. Here you can also click on this, and it will open the question and answer like this. Okay, let's go below, and here we have the look for assistance, company, and this type of sections. Okay, and when you click on this button, it will take you to the top of the website like this in the mobile version also. And here you can see that we have this mobile menu. So when I click on this, it will open a menu here, and when I close it, it will close the menu. Okay, you can also click on this find a domain, goes to about us. Okay, so this is also working, services and testimonial, and okay, so all of these things are working here. So I will show you how you can build this awesome website from start to finish. So if you are new to our channel, please like, share, and subscribe to the channel, and please share our videos with your friends. And all the images are free in the video description, so you can download all the images. All the links are in the video description. So if you want to buy this kit, you can check out the video description. We are selling this kit at very affordable rates also. So all the links are in the video description. Do check it out. So without wasting any time, let's start the video, and we're gonna build this whole website from start, step by step. Okay, so for making this website, I have installed a fresh WordPress installation. So let me show you the themes and the plugin which we are going to use. So here we are using the official Elementor theme, hello Elementor theme, and let's go to the plugins. And in the plugins, you can see that we are using the Elementor, and it's pro version. Okay, so if you want to buy the pro version, please check out the links in the video description. We are selling the Elementor Pro also. Okay, so do check it out, and let's go to the pages option, and here you have to make a new page. I have already made a page, and for this page we have to go to the reading option, and here let's set this page as a static page. So whenever we open our website, we have this page ready for us. So from here we can go to the visit site, and here you can see that we have this page. So let's click on this edit with Elementor. Okay, now you can see that we have this colors, we want this color. So let's me go to the color picker tool, and I will copy this color. So you can see that this side palette, here I am using this color picker tool, and so this is very good. Here it has automatically copy me this color code. So let me copy this color code here, and we have to go to the let's go to this, and here we have to go to the global colors, and let's go to this, and here let's add blue. Okay, I'll add the blue here, and also what colors we have here, and here we can use this black color. Okay, so we can use this black color here also. This same black color we're gonna use for all the text and all. Okay, this is not the black, this is the gray. Okay, so we can use this as a BG color. Okay, and okay, so this is closing again and again. So let me copy this one is the black color. I think let me copy this here. And if I copy this, you can see that okay, so only these colors which are required for making this, else color we would add while making the website. So let me, okay, so you can see that we are using this color. So let's get back to the video, and we are in the video. So here you can see that first we're gonna make this. Okay, so we need the images also. Okay, so I will give you all these images in the video description for free, so you can follow along with me also if you want to follow along. If you don't want to follow along, your choice, but I prefer follow along with me step by step, so you will learn so many things step by step. And also don't skip any part of the video, because if you skip, you won't learn how we are building each sections. Also, we are not using any pre-made template like other YouTubers who make WordPress videos. They use any pre-made random templates and just make import that and edit that. But we don't do these things in our videos. We make everything from scratch. All the sections we make perfectly from scratch. That's why we're using the Elementor. Okay, so now you can see that we have to build this. So let's make the first section. Here we have to add the two containers here we can use the structure. Always use the structure. They are useful for adding this hero. So for now we are using the 1450 width here, and for the fonts we're gonna use the Poppins font, and for the small we're gonna use the enter other than headings. Okay, so here let's go to the container. Here we can remove all of this padding. Let's go to this second container, remove all of this padding. Now let me add a new image here. So we have to import this image. So let's go to the media library, and here we have this image here. Okay, like this. Now you can see that we have this. So let me drag and drop this here. Let's duplicate this, and here we have to add this heading. Okay, and here you can see that we have to add this second heading here. Okay, like this. And here you can see that we have this lorem ipsum means any text, random text you can choose. Okay, so let's make this beautiful now. So here we're gonna use this, and for the fonts you can use the Poppins font. You can add the global fonts also if you want, but I don't use global fonts right now. Okay, like this. And here we gonna use this black color. So let me make this Poppins font here also. Let's use this black color, and let's increase the font size of this. Okay, like this. And here we have the 700 boldness. Okay, now you can see that in the business we have different colors. So we can go to the business, and here we can add a span tag here. Okay, let's close this span tag here, and here we can go to style, and here we can add the color. Okay, so the color would be this, and here we can go to this, and here we can add this. Okay, and after that you can see that we have this lorem ipsum. So this lorem ipsum is good, only we can use the different color like secondary one. Okay, as this is good, you can just change the font size, fonts and all if you want. So let's add a container below this, and let's remove all of these paddings. Here we have to make this button. So for adding the buttons we can go to this, and let's add the two buttons here. Okay, so the first button will say choose a plan. So here we can add choose a plan. Okay, and here we can go to the styles, and here we can have the blue color here. Okay, and here we can also have, now we can go to the padding here, and here we can add 15, and here we can add the 20. Okay, we can use 30 also, but I think we can use 20. Okay, let's make this 20 also. Okay, like this. And now you can see that we have this second. Let me duplicate this. Okay, here, and here we can have this, and here we have the get more power. So we can just rename this here, get more power, and here we can make this to white. Okay, and here we have the box shadow. So we can use the default box shadow which is there, and here we can make this blue text color. Look like this. You can see that we have this. And also if you want to add the hover effect, right now we don't have on the main, so let's add some hover effect. We can add the hover effect of grow if you want, and here also we can add the hover, and let's go to this, and here we can add the grow. Okay, so this is looking good. And again let's publish this one so we don't lose any changes. So let's go from here and we can view the page. Okay, so we can view the page here. So how much we are building now. So let's first make this center. So let's go here, and here we can make this everything in the center like this, and let's add some spacing between this like this. Okay, like this. And again you can see that we have this counters. So for adding the counters we can go to this container. You can see that container, and here we can add a new container, so it will add the new container below. Okay, so we can name this also for easy understanding, like counter. Here we can also name this, just click double, and here we can add button box, btn box. Okay, like this. So you can just rename this, like here we can add left, here we can write images box, image box. Okay, so it will be better to understand which section is which. This is the useful thing of the structure. Here we have the left. Okay, all these things. Now we are going below this counter. Let's remove all of this. Now we can search for this counter here. Okay, we have this default Elementor widget. So here you can see that 1 million plus active websites. So let me go here 1, and the suffix we can add 1 million plus, and here we can add active websites. Okay, and here we can have this. Okay, so we can make this number here. Okay, like this. Now we can go to the number, and here we can add blue, and here we can add the, so let me choose the size of this. Okay, here we can add the 23. Okay, and here in the title we can make this secondary, and here also we can add this. For this we're gonna use the center font. Okay, like this. We can make this completely black, and if you see we are, let's duplicate this, and here we have the counter this, and here we can add this, and here we can add 40. Okay, then this will say 500k worldwide server. So this will say 500 plus worldwide server. Okay, and 48 plus web apps. So we can click on this. This will say 48 plus web apps. Okay, and we can click on this for the first container, and here we can add the 40. Okay, and here also we can add 30 like this. So let's publish, and after that we can add this and refresh it here. So let's check that. I think this is saved, and let's see. Okay, let's wait for some time. Okay, so you can see that here we have this working. Okay, so we have successfully built the first section. So let's move to the next section. Okay, so here we have left one more thing that we have to build this. So for building that we have to add a container here below, and let's remove this, and let's here add an image here. Okay, so the image would be this. Okay, and here if you check the width, we can have this like this, and also we have to add text here. So let me copy this, and we can add this text here. Okay, and here you can see that we have this container, and here we can make this everything in the center, and here you can see that it is saying expert hosting help, so you can add here your own text. Okay, we can go to this. Here we can have the transform, can capitalize. So first letter will be capital and we can make this black. Okay, let's see. Let's refresh it here, and after refreshing you can see that we have this. Also these are working. Okay, so this section is done. Now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this for the fast WordPress hosting. So for that we have to add a new container here, and here we can write domains. Okay, we have to write here domains, and here we can write 1450, and here we can add the 80, and here we can add the this, and below that also we can have this. Now first click on this domains layout, and here we can make everything in the center. Let's make this in the center also. Okay, and here we can and here we can make this capitalize, and here also if you want to break this line, so so always breaking the line, use this custom width, it will help. Okay, don't add the br tag and all, and we can make this 37. Okay, like this, and here again we can use this text here. Okay, so this is the power of the Elementor, that we can copy and paste any sections from anywhere. Okay, so this is the beauty of the Elementor, and here also we can break this. First let's make this in the center like this. Okay, so right now you can see that we are getting some space below, so go here and do it like that, so the space will be removed. Okay, you can also, let's copy this like this. Okay, now you can see that we have a background color also here, so let's add the background color first. So you remember we have the bg color here. Oh, we have this bg color. Okay, so here it is little bit bluish, but we are using this bg. You can change this whichever color you prefer. Okay, like this. Now you can see that we have this, we have to make this grids. So for making the grid we have to go here and search for the grid. Here we can now drag and drop this grid here like this. Okay, now we can remove all of these sections. Let's add a container. Here you can see that we have the 4x2, so let's click on this grid, and here we can add the 4x2 sections. Okay, like this, and in the first what we can do, we can search for the list here. Okay, and here we can add the 40, here we can add the 30, here this is saying .com. Okay, so here we can write dot, means we can write the com, here we have the dot. Okay, so now let's go to the icon, we can make this blue, and also the text we can make this Poppins, we can make this 700. Okay, let's increase this size. Okay, we can make this to 26. Okay, we can have this black color here. Okay, and here below that we can add a text editor. Okay, let's first make this white, so we can see, let's make this white. Okay, and let's add some border radius here, 10. Let's add some box shadow, default one. Okay, now we can go to this, and here let's click on this like this. Okay, and here we can use the intro font 15. Let's keep 500, and let's use this black color here. Okay, like this. And after that you can see that we have this one, so we can add a heading, and here we can write $13.99 per year. Okay, and we can add a span tag here because we want to add the custom style here. Okay, and here the color we have is the blue color. So let me first go to this. We can add the blue color here, and here we can add the pop-ins. Okay, let's increase this. $25. Okay, and here we can add the font size 20 pixel, 13 pixel. Okay, so font size would be 17 pixel. Okay, and this is looking good. And we can also increase the font width a little bit more, 700. Okay, like this. Now you can see that we have this button, so we can add a button here. So we can also copy this button right here. You can see that we have this button, so we can just go here and top. We can make this button, and here we have for making the full, we can make this stretch. Okay, now you can see that the height of this button is little bit smaller as compared to other buttons. So we can go to this padding, and here we can make this 13 from the bottom also. Let's make this 13 like this, and here we can change this text here. Here we can write register domain. Okay, like this, and here we can change the font like this. Okay, now we can add some spacing between this, so we can use this. Okay, and here you can use the 30. Okay, so I prefer go to this button, go to advanced, and here add the separate padding to this like this. Okay, this is looking good. Now you can see that we have this this is done. Now we can duplicate this multiple times, so let's duplicate this. Okay, so here we have the 4. Now we can duplicate this again. Okay, let's keep duplicating until we get the 4 by 2 rows. Okay, like this. Now you have to just go each one and just update the content. Here we can add padding 30, and here we have the grid. Okay, go to advanced, and here we can add the 30. Okay, let's publish. Okay, so you can see that we have successfully built this also. You have to just replace all of this content. Now let's go here and we can refresh this, and after refreshing, if I go below, you can see that we have this section here also fully working. Okay, now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this shared hosting and this CTA sections. Okay, now we have to make this section. So for building this section, what we can do, we can just add this container here, and here we can write CTA. Okay, here we can write 1450, and here also we can add some padding like 80 to the top, 80 to the bottom. Okay, like this, and inside this we can go below. Here we have the container, and here we can add and make this. Here we can make this like this. Okay, now you can see that we have this. Now we can go here and we can add an image here. Okay, and here you can see that we have this image. We just use this image, and now we have this. So let me copy this, and here also we can copy this. Okay, and at last we have to copy this section. So this is the power of the Elementor, that you can copy and paste any sections. So if you are making website fast, then you have to use these things. Okay, if you have options in the plugins, you have to use this. Okay, for making the website, so we have to make this in the center properly. Let's click on this, and here we can make this in the space between center, and we can have some spacing like 60 pixel spacing between this. Okay, like this, and here also we can add a button. So for the button, we can copy this button which have a little bit more height. Go here and let's copy paste this. Here we can just get WordPress hosting. We can go here, and here we can write get WordPress hosting. Okay, like this, and here we can also have some more spacing like 30, so we can have some breathing space like this. Let's publish, Okay, after publishing, let's go to the this, and here we can see that we have this section fully working. Okay, now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build the rest sections like this and other sections. Okay, so now let's go below, and here we have to build this section. So you can see that this section is almost same as we have built the services section. So what we're gonna do, we have to just copy this. Let's copy this, and we can go to the below and just paste it here. Okay, so this will duplicate the whole sections. Only just now we have to remove that grid. So now you can see that. Let me copy this here. Let's go to this, and here we can copy this section, means the words, and here we can copy this. Okay, and here also we can copy this. Okay, like this. And now we can go here and we can just copy this grid below to this. Here we have to use 4 grids, so we can just go here 4 and we can make this one. Okay, here we have this, and here we can add this container. Okay, and here we can go to this container. Here we can make this completely wide. Here we can go to the border. We can add the border radius as 10, and here we can add this to 30. Okay, and here we can add image. So we can use this logo here, and here you can see that. Let's go to this, and here we can go to the custom width. So use the 30. Now we can use some hiding here also, so we can just copy and paste other sections like this. Okay, so in Elementor you can make a website very fast, so I will show you how you can do that. So you can see how we are making this website. So always use these things to make website. Don't and also we have this Elementor version 4 update right now, but it is in the beta version. When we have the version 4, we will gonna make the whole website by using that version 4. That is also very fast because we're gonna use the classes in that. Okay, so I will show you how we can build that using the version 4. So if you're new to our channel, please subscribe to the channel if you want to learn that also. Now we have this here. Let me copy this. Okay, and here we can just go here, and here we can make this icon list here. Okay, and here you can see that we have the fast loadout time. Here we can have this. Okay, so we can use this. Here we have the secured hosting. Okay, and here we can use this blue color, and also we can use this text here. Okay, we can make this 500, and this would say enter. Okay, and here also we can have some spacing between this, and now you can see that we have to add a container here below. Here we have the C plans and this, and this will say starting at this. So we can make this smaller little bit, and also you can see that we have this button here, but right now let's me use this button. Okay, we can go here, and here we have this margin in the top, and let's go to this, and here we have to make this in the center. Right now you can see that we have only color in the hover, and so here we can go to this and we can write this C plans. Okay, and here for this blue color we can make this transparent and make this white. Here let's add that blue color. Also when we hover we want to add this blue color and make this white. So you can see that we have this color, and let's remove this grow. Let's add this shrink here like this. Now we can go to this container, and here we can make this side by side, center, center. Okay, if you now see we have this. Okay, and for that we can go here and let's use this black color here to have some difference. Now if you preview this from here, we have this. Only one thing is left, we don't have added the shadow. So let's go to the container, and here we can go to the borders. Here we can add the box shadow. Okay, now we can just duplicate this 3 more times. 1, 2, and here we have the 3. Okay, and here we can go to the grid option, and here we can make everything let's have the 30 space, and here we can go to the advanced, and here we can have the 30. Okay, now you can see that we have this thing. So you have to just go here and you can just replace all of this content, all of these images like this. Okay, so we have given all of these images in the video description, so you can get all the images from here and you can use your own content also. Okay, like this. So we have successfully built this also share hosting section. Now let's go here and refresh. After refreshing, you can see that we have this share hosting section. All of these hostings are there. Okay, if you want you can add some more padding here. Okay, so let's move to the next section. And what is the next section? Here we have the next section here, CTA one more, and then we have to make the review section. So let's move to the next section. Here you can see that we have this section. So for making this section, again we're gonna copy this CTA here. But here is a tweak. Let's me copy this, and we're gonna make some difference here. Here we have to do one thing. We have to make this full width. Okay, and this thing we have to add a bluish color here, and we have to add some padding, and for this we have to use this image. Okay, and let's add the 60 padding here, and if I go to the CTA here, from the left side we can have some 40 padding. Okay, like this, and here also we can use some font size. Let's make this 80. Okay, like this. So this is done quickly. Okay, so with the help of the Elementor you can make a website very fast. As you can see, we are building that. Okay, if you want to build custom website, then this is the video for you. You can learn how to build that. And here we can add this. Also, let me duplicate this, and here we can copy this now. Okay, like this, and here let's increase some boldness, so we have some difference between this, or we can have this black color and increase the font size a little bit. Okay, like this, and if I publish this here we are changing the get expert help, so we can also go here and we can write get expert help, publish. Okay, now refresh, and after refreshing you can see that we have this section also ready. Now let's move some final sections where we have to, let's build this review section here, then we're gonna build this FAQ sections. Okay, so let's move to the next sections. Here you can see that we have built till now, so let's move to the review section now. So for making the review section, again we gonna copy these things here. Okay, so let me copy this here, and we have to copy this below. Okay, so here you can see that we have this, so let me copy this from here, and here we have the reviews and the rating, and here we can add this here, and here for the text we can add this, Okay, and here we can increase the width of this little bit, 55. Okay, now you can see that we have this, so we can go to this grid and here we can delete this. Also we can make this grid here. Also here we have the 4 by 2, so let me go here 4 by 2. Okay, and here we can add this container, and here we can add this to make this 30. Okay, now we can make this white color again. So let's make this white, and here we can go to the border. Let's make this 10. And here also for the box shadow we can keep the default box shadow which we get. Now can now we can have this rating here. Okay, and here we can have this spacing here. Let's have some spacing. Here we can have the sizes a little bit bigger. Okay, now we can copy this here, and here we can paste this, and here we can have this to, and here we can increase this size. Okay, like this, and here we have this. So for this we can have this image box here. Okay, so this image box we can use like this, and here let's use this image. This image we can use this, and for this we can make here here we have the border radius, so let's use this border radius 100, and for this we're gonna have the custom web designer. Okay, and here we can have this custom ham, and this would be web designer, and here in the content we can use the pop-ins. Okay, and this would be black. Here for the web designer we can have this secondary, and now let's go to this, and here we have the content spacing. Okay, let's make this in the center. Okay, like this, and here we can have this container. Everything is good. Now what we can do, we have to just duplicate this now. Okay, so in this way we can make this grid. So you can see that how fast we are building this type of website. If you're gonna make this website by using any custom code and all, it will take so much time. Okay, so this is the power of the Elementor and the WordPress, but you should know how to build the website using the React.js and all. I also make videos on this. We also make regular videos on this. So if you are new to our channel, please like, share, and subscribe to our channel for learning all of this. Okay, so you can see that we have this here, and also we can duplicate this little bit more. Okay, so we have this. Now let's duplicate this, and let's duplicate this, and now we have to go to the grid, and here we can make this to center and start, and here we have to use some different text, like here we can use this text here. Okay, and here also we can use this text. Okay, so it will have that effect which we are let me show you. Here we can use this. Okay, now if I publish, you can also preview it from here. Okay, so you can see that we have this type of zigzag effect. Now let's refresh it here, and after refreshing, when I go below, you can see that we have the rating section, and this is fully looking good now. Okay, so we have built the review section also. Okay, so now let's move to the next section where we're gonna build this FAQ section, and at last we're gonna build the header and footer now. Okay, so now let's make the footer. So for making the footer, what we have to do, we have to just go to the templates, and from here we have to open the theme builder. Okay, so let's open this theme builder. Then we can go to the footer, and here we have to click on this footer. So you can see that we have this type of footer. This is completely black. So I will show you how you can build this. This is also not very much hard. This is almost a beginner friendly tutorial. So if you want to uh, build a website like this video is for you. Okay, so here we can add main box, main container. So let's keep this both container difference. Okay, so we're gonna use the two containers here. So let's first add this. Okay, so here we're gonna use that footer one. Okay, and this will say 1450, and here we can make this to black. Okay, and here we can have this to 80 and 80. 60, and this would be 60 also. Okay, and here we can have this, let's remove all of this width here. Okay, and here you can see that we have the company. So let me add a heading here. Okay, and here we can say Poppins. Okay, and this would be white in color. Then we can have this list here. We can drag and drop this. Okay, so let's delete this from here. Here we can have this list. Okay, and here we can have this about us, contact us block. Then here we can write about us, and here we can write contact us, blogs, our blog, investor relations and career. Here this will say our blogs. Investor relations, and this will say career. So you can add like this. I think CAREERS, CAREERS, like this. Okay, and here you can see that we have this, and we can use this here into font. Okay, and we can also make this white here like this. Okay, and we can increase the font size to 14. Give this 15, and here in the list we can have some spacing. Let's have the spacing of let's give the spacing of 8, 9 and 10. It is good. Then we can go to this container, and here we can add the 30, 40. Okay, and here we can add this text. Our color would be blue. Okay, and here let's remove all of this, duplicate it, and we can duplicate. So we have the 5 here. Okay, let's publish this once, and entire site, save these conditions. Now let's go here, and after that you can see that when I refresh it here, you can see that we have this. You have to just replace all of this content. Okay, just replace all of this. Now we can make this privacy policy section. For this also we can have this two section layout, and here we can say footer 2. Okay, then here also we can add 1450. Okay, space between, and this would be in the center. Now we can give this to here we can have this like this, and here we can have this here we can say 80, and this would be 20. Okay, and here we can have this to black. Okay, and Here we can add the terms and conditions. Here we can add the privacy policy. Okay, and here we can have the refund policy, and this would be trademarks. Okay, like this, and let's keep some spaces between this. 45 is good. Again we can copy this, and let me paste this below. Okay, and we can copy this copyright here. Okay, and for the color we're gonna use the same color, so let me copy this color here. So if you thinking that this is going a little bit fast, you can go to the settings, and from there you can play the video in less speed, I think 0.7 or 0.5. so I hope that will help. And for this we can add the 40, because we at the above we are using 60. Okay, so let's see, and in this we're gonna have the social icons. So let's search for the social icons here. We can have the social icons, and we can make this in the right direction. Okay, and here also if you want to add more social icon, you can just go here, and here you can add, like we can add the Vimo. Okay, so there you will find all these options. You can also search it here, like here we can search for the Instagram mindset. You can use the custom color, and here we can use the blue color. Okay, so we have to use the blue color in this, and we can make this white. Okay, here we can have this to 18. Let's keep some spacing, 10. Okay, then here in the footer we can create some spacing like 60, and also if you want we can go to this and we can make this width here like this. Okay, now let's publish, and after publishing let me go here and refresh, and after refreshing if I see, you can see that we have this footer. Only one thing is missing, we don't have this line. So for adding this line, what we can do, we can just go to the footer through here, and here in the border we can choose this solid, and here in the top we can have this 1 pixel, and we can have this like this. Okay, like this. And here also we can have this to 40. Let's publish, and after that if I refresh, you can see that we have this like this. And also we can have here some hover effect. We can go to the icon hover, and here we can make this white, and this would be blue, and here in the hover animation we can have this grow like this. Let's publish. Now let's go here, and here we can have this like this. Okay, so this is done, and all of these things are fully working. Okay, so we have successfully built all of these things. Only one section is left, which is the header. So let me show you how our header is. So let's start building this header now. Okay, so for making this header we have to just close this footer. Now let's go to the theme builder again. Let's open this theme builder. Okay, now we can go to this header, and we can add a new header here. So now let's make the header. Okay, so for making the header, you can see that we have this. So let's first make the first section. So we have to make this. Also we can make this in the hole. So let's make this hole in the whole header. So let's make first main container. So this is the header main box. Okay, so here we can name this 1450. Here we can go to this, and we can have very less paddings here. So now we can add a new container here. So this will use the first. Okay, so let's name this first, and inside this we have to add these two. Okay, so you can see this is a simple text. We can use it as a simple text, but here we have the logo. So for that, what we can do, we're gonna use the list here. So let me use this list, and here also we can have this like this. Okay, so we can go to this, and here we can have this. Now we can remove all of this, and here we can search for any files random icon. Let's search for any file random icon. So we can, let's use this here. Okay, let's use this. Okay, and here you can see that we have 50 GB. So we can copy this, and here we can paste this, and here we can use the text to white. Okay, let's make this to, and here we can add the pop-ins and here we can have this 220. Okay, now you can see that we have this thing. So for making this, we can again copy this, or we can duplicate this, so it will go in the last. Now here we can add some menu, like here we can add about. We can remove this. Here we can duplicate and make this in the inline. Here we can write contact, and here we can also add a new domain, like here we can add the domains. Okay, now you can see that everything is like this. Let's make this little bit smaller, these things. So here we can, let's increase this like this. Let's keep this 14, and we can add this. Okay, let's keep this 15 also. Okay, like this. Now you can see that we have the solid cloud option. So let me publish this once, so we don't lose any changes. Okay, now you can see that if I go and refresh, so let's see our header is loaded or not. So you can see that our header is loaded, but there is one more issue. We have this width. Okay, so what we can make this, we can use this full width here, and for the first section we can have the left 40 and this would be 40. Okay, like this. Okay, and here we can also have 20 and this would be 20, but this is a little bit more bigger, so we can make this 10. This would be 10. Okay, now let's see preview this. So you can see that we have this now. Now let's publish. Now after that, if I go and start, so you can see that we have this now. Now let's add this second section. So the first is done. Now let's duplicate. Okay, so we don't want to duplicate this. Let's add a new container inside this. Okay, and in the header main box here we are getting this. So let's make this 0, and also inside this container, here you can see that we have 10, 40 like this. So here also we can make 10. Here we can make 40, 10, and this would be 40. Okay, like this. Now you can see that we have this. So inside this we have to add the two containers now. So let me remove all of this padding from this container, and this would be second. Let's name this second. Okay, and here in the layout we can make the space between and center. Okay, now we can use the image here, and the name of the image we're going to use this logo, and also we can use the custom width, and we can use this to make this to 30. Let's make this 33 like this. Okay, now you can see that we have this phone number. So for the phone number we can use this. Okay, and just what we have to do, we have to go to the icons here, make this blue, and for the text we can use this black. Okay, and for the content we can use any random number like +91 1 2 3 6 7 8 like this. Okay, also here we can make everything in the center and in this direction. Okay, and now we can go to this icon list here. Here we can make everything to 600 like this. Okay, and here you can see that we have this button, so we can copy this button from here. So you can see that we can copy and paste any sections from anywhere in our website. We can copy from different tabs like this. So we can copy this here, register, and let's copy this sign in also. So for the sign in, we have made this here. Let me copy this. We can use this and let's paste it here. Okay, like this. And here we can say this sign in, and let's see, here we can say sign in, and for this we can say registered. Okay, like this, and let's publish this once. And after publishing, if I refer this here, you can see that we have this here working. And if you want, you can add this, and we can use this 13 here, 13, and here we can use 25. Here we can also use 13, and here we can use 25, like this. Let's publish. Okay, let me refresh this. Okay, so this is done. Now you can see that we have to make this the last part. So for that we're gonna again add a new container here, and we can rename this container third. Okay, and here you can see that we have this WordPress menu and this. So this is little bit not that hard. So we can remove all of these paddings here. So now let's search for the WordPress menu, but right now we don't have any WordPress menu. So let me copy this here first. Take this. Okay, and here it will say register a new domain. So let me copy this, and we can go here. Okay, and here we can search for the globe. Okay, like this. Also we can keep some padding here, like for the we can use 40 here, 10 and 40. Okay, and this would be space between center. Okay, now let's publish this, and after that let's make the menus. So let's go to the heading. Here we can open the menu. Okay, so for the menu we're gonna make home, find domain, about us. So let me go here. Here we can add the final menu, header, and here we have to create menu. So first we have this home, then we have to make a find domain and about us. So here we can write domains, and here we can write find domain. Okay, and here we can write about us, then services, testimonial, services, and let's see, services. Then we have the testimonial, FAQ and contacts. So let's search for testimonials. Here we have to write FAQ. Also you can write here contact. Okay, now let's save this menu, and after that we can go here, and here we can just drag and drop this. So let's drag and drop this WordPress menu here. Okay, so here you can also change the places of this. Go here and this little bit out. Okay, like this. Now we can go here, and here you can see that we have underline, choose the background color, and this would be sweep down. So many options are there. Just choose whichever you want. Make this full width and make this center. Okay, now let's go to this, and here for this we're gonna use the Poppins color. Okay, and here we can have this. Okay, like this. Okay, here we can make this 15. Then here we can have this to blue. Here also we can make this to blue, like this. And for the space between we can use the 20. Let's use the 10. Okay, like this. Let's save domain. Let's publish. And after publishing, if I go here and refresh, you can see that we have this. Now we have to just add these lines. Okay, so in this third part you have to add the border. So let's go here, add the solid, and here in the top, bottom, and this would be like this. If I see here, we have this. Okay, and also you can see that when this scroll, this is the sticky header. So for the third part, we can go to, by clicking on this third, go to advanced, choose here motion effect. Here you can choose the sticky effect up top and like this, so it will be sticky. But we have to add a background color also to make this white. Okay, so let's publish. Now after that, if I go here and refresh, so now if I see, you can see that this is sticky at the top like this. So we have successfully built our full header also. Now one thing we have to make, that when we click, it will move to their section. So for that we have to add the CSS ID. This CSS ID, you can see we have the about, and you can see in the URL we have this. So right now when I click on this, we have the CSS ID here at the last, but we have not added this in the section. So for that, let's add the first here. So here you can see that we have the domains. So we can go to the home, and suppose we want to make this domain. So let's click on this section, go to the side here CSS ID, add this domains. Okay, now we have the second, we have the about us. So we can copy this from at the top and we can make this about us. So let's go below, let's make this section about us, and here for the CSS ID we can make this about us. Okay, similarly you have to do for the rest section. Like here we have the services. Okay, so let's go for the services also. So for the services, we gonna make this as a service. So in the CSS ID option, we can add this. Okay, then in the similar way, we can do it for all. As for the testimonial, you can just go here. Here we have the reviews. In the CSS ID, you can pick. Okay, so you have to do this like this for the rest also. So now let me go here and refresh. And after refreshing, if I go to the find domain, it will take me the domains, about us, testimonial. Okay, so you can see that this is working. Okay, so in this way you can build this. Okay, so you can see that we have successfully built the whole website. Only our mobile part and animation is left. Okay, so now I will show you that how we can do that animation part also. So for adding the animation, that is very simple. So if you can see here, we have if I go to the top of this website, and if I see here, you can see when I refresh, we have the sequence animation here like this. Okay, so you can see that this will come in a sequence but very slow speed. So you can see that here we have the sequence. So for adding the sequence, what we can do, we can just choose in which section we want to add. Suppose we want to add a sequence in this, so choose that effect. Here you can see the animations, so we can use the slide in up animation, and here we can use the fast, and this would be 50. Okay, now let's do the second one, and here we have this, and here we can use the slide in up animation fast, and this would be 100. Okay, and here we can make the motion effect is this also. Here we can use the slide in up, and this would be also fast, and this would be 150. Okay, so in the similar way we can put all the animation in all. Like here we can use the zoom in animation fast, and this would be 170. Always increase the time. Okay, and for this also we can add the zoom in animation fast, and this would be 200. Okay, and this is the image, and here we can add the zoom in animations fast, and here we can add 220 a little bit. Okay, and for this whole section we can add the motion effect, and this would be slide in up animations. This would be also fast, and this would be 220. Okay, so this is the step, and you can make the animation for all the sections same. All the steps are same, just you have to add the animation and have some delay in time. Okay, so you can see that we have successfully built the animation, and this is looking good, and this is coming at the last like this. Okay, so this is done. Now let me show you how you can do the mobile version of the website. Okay, so now for doing the mobile version, let me refresh this first, so it will load the header and footer at once, all of the header and footer. Okay, so let's refresh this and let's wait for it to load, and you can see that here we have the header. So let's first make the header responsive. Okay, so you can see that here we have the header. So we can't use this header in our for the phone version. Okay, so for using this we can add a new header for the mobile part. So we can choose the structure. Okay, so here we can also write mobile header. Okay, so we have to make this height from the rest also. So here let's add some padding of 8. Okay, and here we can add the solid cloud, and here we can add this, and here we can add the, here let's add the 70, 100, or we can play with this also. We can change this. Okay, and here we can copy this and paste this here. Okay, so we are using this, and here also you can make this in the space and center. Okay, right now, and here you can see that we have this. Now let's go to the toggle button. Here we have the background color blue and make this white. Also, when you click, it will open at this thing, and here we have the drop down menu, and here you can see that in the hover we can use this blue and white. Similarly, we can use this here blue and white like this. Okay, and here we can add the value 14 like this. Okay, so we have built this. Now we have to make this white, and we can also go to the advanced, and here in the motion effect, sticky at the top, we can make this sticky. So this mobile header is always sticky at the top like this also. Okay, so now here is a catch. For the mobile header, we can also increase this, I think, little bit more. Okay, let's give 180. Now for the let's click on this header. Okay, then we have to click on this mobile header like this. Here we have to go to the advanced. Then here you can see that we have the responsiveness. So we have to hide this header from the desktop and the portrait and the tablet also. If you want to show this in the tablet, you can do this also. So we are only showing this on the tablet and the mobile, this header. Okay, and this will be hidden in the desktop. Okay, so now let's go to the rest. Here we have the header main box. So for this we have to hide this in the rest. So like we can hide this in the tablet and mobile. Okay, like this. Now let's publish. Now if you go here, you can see that we have this header here in the desktop, but when I go in the mobile, you can see that we have the mobile header which we have just made. Okay, so this header part is also done. Okay, and let's see. Now let's go here, and here we have to reload this again. So when you reload this, it will reload the header and footer here again. So it will reload the header which we have just updated. So let's wait for it. Okay, and also in a similar way we can make this footer responsive. So the header part is done, we can close this. Okay, the menu part is also done, we can close this also. And you can see that this is here. Do the responsive part also. So if I go to the header part, you can see that we have loaded this header. Okay, so now you can see that we have to make this responsive. Okay, so the doing the responsiveness part is not that hard. Let's keep this 60, and for this we can have this 20, 60 and 20. And for this you can just play with the font size. Click on the styles, and here we can make the font size to 40, or we can make the 35. Okay, so in this way all these things are, I think, doing great. Don't want to change that. Here we have to change the width and all. So here we can have the 60, 20, 60 and 20, and here also we can go to this, and just we have to make this full width, and just decrease the font size. We can make this 35. Okay, you can also make this 30, and here we can have some 1.2 em value line height like this. Okay, so in this way, and this thing also we can make this to full width. Okay, like this. All these things are fully responsive now. Now we can go to this. Here we can have the 60, 20, 60 and 20. Here also we can do the similar things. For that you can also copy this, like we can copy this. Okay, so let's go below, and here again we can have this 1.2 em. Okay, let's make this 30. Okay, like this. All these things, so we have to make this in the similar manner. Okay, and for this also we can make this full width, and let's make this full width also. Okay, and for this we can just copy this, and we can paste these styles, and we can click on this. Let's make it in the center. Okay, like this. So you can see that this is looking good. This is not in the one line. If you want to make this in line, just make this thing smaller, or you can just have it like this. Okay, so you can make this here. I think we have to make this, so we can make this little bit smaller in the fonts and also it will be good, else you can keep that also. So here also we can have this to 60, 20, 60 and 20. Okay, here we can make the styles. All these things are good to go. Here we can have this to 30. Okay, here also we can do the similar things. So we can keep the 60, 20, 60 and 20. And here we can have the full width. Okay, let's paste styles and here we can use center. Okay, here also we can full width. Okay, these things are fully working. Okay, you can just copy this in all like this. Okay, just copy this in all. You can also tweak these changes if you want. Okay, so I'm showing you quickly how you can do the responsiveness part. Okay, so for this also you can do the same, where we can add 60, 20, 60 and 20. Okay, and here we can pay the styles, and here we can have the full width. Here we can have the full width also. Okay, so in this way you can see, and for this we can make the 30, 20, 30 and 20, and we can have little bit like this. Here we can keep some differences 40, and for this we can have this in the left direction. Okay, so this is done. Now let's publish, and after that we can just go to the footer part and we can make this responsiveness. So we can go to this, let's wait for it to load, and here we can click on this, and here we can add some, like here we can add 60, 20, 60 and 20. Okay, like this, and for this also we can add this 40, 20, 40 and 20. Okay, here we can make this to full width, and here we can make this in the like this. Okay, so everything is done now. Now we can go here and let's refresh, and after refreshing let me go to the inspect part, and here you can see that everything is responsiveness now. You can see every sections are fully responsiveness now. Okay, so in this way you can make this type of beautiful website. You can change according to your designs and all. If you want to change some font size and all, feel free to do that. In this way you will learn. Okay, so all these things are fully working. Only one thing is left, that we have to make this scroll to top button. For that we have to use the plugin. So let's go to the plugin option, and here in the plugin let me remove this now. Let's go to add plugin, and here we have to search for a plugin. The name of the plugin is WP front. Okay, let's search WP front, and this plugin will come here. Okay, so there are so many plugins, but I'll regularly use this plugin. If you use the essential add-ons, you will find that widget in that plugin also. Okay, but we are using the straightforward plugin, so let's install this and we can activate that. Okay, my internet connection is not working, I think. Okay, let's activate that. Now we have to set up this. We can enable this, and we have to hide this auto hide after 2 seconds, hide on WP admin, and you can choose here. So many options are there. So let's choose this. You can also use any custom URL, media library, from media library. Okay, so this is the very much useful plugin. So now let's refresh. Let's wait for it to refresh. So you can see that we have these things, and if you click on this, it will take you to the top of the website. Okay, so we have successfully built the whole website. So if you like such type of videos, and if you are new to our channel, please like, share and subscribe to our channel, and share these videos with your friends. Okay, so all the images are in the video description for free, so you can go and check it out there. Also, if you want to buy this kit, we are selling this kit in a video description, so feel free to check out. All the links are in the video description. Okay, so I will see you next time with an awesome video like this again.